guys, this is a quick tutorial on how to use the site PhotoPea.com. It is essentially a pretty accurate ripoff of Photoshop. It even saves Photoshop files, which are called PSD, so Photoshop document. And that's what we're going to be using for our double exposure photo shoot. So if you have used Photoshop before, you might look at this and recognize tools because they are very similar. Number one thing, do not ever go back on your browser. If you go back, you leave the site, all of your work is deleted. I believe you can go edit, undo if you mess up. Do not press the back button unless you truly want to go back and lose all your work. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is find an image. So file, open. And I have a whole bunch of random images here. I did a photo shoot of Mr. Whalen recently that was pretty funky. So that's my image I'm going to work with. So first thing I want you to do is just kind of play around with this text, or these buttons, and see what everything does. We will do some projects where it's like just using the lasso tool, just using this or that, but just mess around to see kind of what they do. So first tool right here, this is the marquee tool, some people call it, where you can select different areas. So if I wanted to just select Mr. Whalen and go image adjustments, exposure, come on, and just change the exposure on that area. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with that. To get off of a tool, you can go to this tool and just click once, and it turns off all your other tools. Crop tool should be pretty obvious. This eyedropper is a color picker tool where you can see the color picker right here is changing as I move around the space. Mask tool we'll talk about later, and some of these other random things we'll talk about later too. The most important thing that you guys need to know though is layers, which is right here. This one says background. So to do a double exposure, you have to have two photos on top of each other, right? So you don't have to use a portrait. I recommend you use a portrait. If you have something with a more solid background, like a black or white background, it's usually more successful. I also like to layer images that are like a pattern or something organic, like a plant. Looks really nice over people. So what I'm going to do is I have to stack a photo on top of this. So I'm going to go File, Open and Place, not just open and place. And I have this photo of some wood grain, and there it is. So I got to make it to fit on my page here. Oops. When it's on, pressed enter. And so now I have two layers. This one is my wood, this one's Mr. Whalen. So I can drop down where it says normal and play with some filters. So like screen is a cool one. I can also play with the opacity here to bring it, now I wish I didn't do that box. To bring it down. You can also use where's my eraser? Oh, here, it's just different. I didn't expect that shape. Oh, okay, well, mine's a smart object. So if you try to erase and it doesn't work, right click, oops, gotta move my face. Convert to smart object. This shouldn't happen to you. I don't know why it's happening to me. Rasterize. Okay. So now I can hopefully use the eraser. Can I erase? What the heck? Darn. Crash and burn.